Welcome back to Siempre Lizette. If you tuned in last week, we had this fun little Q&A session where you got to know me a little bit better. And the very last question was, do you have any babies? And I was like, nope, no babies. But to our surprise, in November of 2016, Alan and I found out we were pregnant. Okay, so you might be wondering, Lisette, if you were pregnant in 2016, where's your baby now? Well, a year ago this very month, in January, I found out that I lost my baby. I've never talked about this with anybody outside of my family, so bear with me. It's not an easy topic, but definitely one that I think we need to talk about. When I started my channel, even though it's only episode number 2, I made a commitment to talk about the real. And losing a baby is real. And it happened to me. So I want to share my story. So here it goes. Nellie and I were hanging out, my little sister, and I just couldn't take it anymore. I knew I had been feeling really weird. Like I was feeling angry all the time. I mean, I'm a little bit enojona now, but I was like extra. And also I felt so tired. Hoy me dolía la cabeza como no se imaginan. So I knew something had been really weird. And I finally just said to Nellie, you know what? I think I might be pregnant and I need to go take a pregnancy test. And she was like, what? What do you mean? And I was like, I know. So we run to the grocery store, we buy a pregnancy test, and we come back to the house, and I go straight to the bathroom to take this pregnancy test, and oh my God, you guys, sure enough, it came back pregnant. There was 2 little lines, and I was like, no manches, ¿qué es esto? I totally freaked out. I was so disappointed because I've never wanted kids. I don't know how many times I'm gonna say that today, but I did not want children. So the fact that that test came back positive, totally panicked. So then I was like, you know what? Maybe it's not even real. Maybe I'm not pregnant. It's gotta be a mistake. So I chucked some water and took another test. And this time around, the second line was really faint. So I was like, Nelly, no estoy embarazada, todo está perfecto. She was like, dude, chill. Even if the line is really faint, you could still be pregnant. In fact, you are pregnant because that's 2 out of 2. And I was like, no, ¿cómo crees? It can't be possible. So that evening, you know, I obviously like had all these crazy feelings. I was so stressed. What's Alan gonna think? How did this happen? Well, we obviously know how it happened, but I was like, oh my God, he's gonna hate me. He's gonna be so mad at me. So I went to go pick him up from work because we had a show that night, and I pulled over in the parking lot and I was like, babe, listen, I'm pregnant. And he was like, no! No se crean. He didn't react the same way I did, but you could tell he was so sad. He was so disappointed. But of course we hugged it out and I just started bawling, and his little eyes were like, ay, no puedo creer, we're gonna be parents. Like we just couldn't even fathom. We couldn't even embrace the idea that we were pregnant. So I was like, here's what we can do. We can go to Dick's Burgers and we'll figure this out. And when we were eating, I was like, you know what? I'm not pregnant. There's no way I'm pregnant. Let's go to a store nearby. I think it might have been like Walgreens on 23rd and Jackson. It was Walgreens, and I was like, let's go get another pregnancy test. So we go, but this time I said, I need to make sure that I get the pregnancy test that read pregnant or not pregnant, because I need to know. Quiero que sea clarito si estoy o si no estoy. So we go and I took the pregnancy test right then and there in one of the bathroom stalls at Walgreens, and sure enough, it said pregnant. And I was like, no manches, o sea, maybe I am. I still didn't believe it, total denial. So we went to the show that night, and you know, what's what it was. I cried throughout the entire Little Mermaid, you know, let's be honest. Then after a couple days, I was like, oh my God, I'm pregnant. And I started getting really excited. I was like, I'm freaking pregnant, I'm gonna be a mom. And I started thinking about all the cute little outfits, and if it's a girl, she's gonna look like this. If it's a boy, I'm gonna do his hair like this. I mean, I was like thinking, of course, of the priorities, right? No, but on a serious note, Alan and I started looking into birthing classes. We started looking at different, I don't know, baby things. O sea, estábamos súper entusiasmados, so excited to tell our families. We went to go to the doctor, we got the first ultrasound, we heard the heartbeat, and it was like nothing like I can tell you. I mean, listening to your baby's heartbeat is just heaven. You know? And then in January 6th, I started feeling really sick. and my stomach just really started hurting, and I went to the bathroom and there was just a lot of blood. So I thought, oh no, this is not good. And in that moment I just thought, oh man, I hope my baby's okay. That's all I could think about. So I immediately got in touch with Alan and we rushed to the hospital. You know, my nurse said, come in right away. Spotting is normal, but we want to make sure that everything's a-okay with you and the baby. And when we went in there, we saw the doctor and they gave us an ultrasound. And my doctor looks at me and she's like, well, there's no more heartbeat. You know, your baby's passed away. And I was really sad. I was really sad that whole day, and I was sad for some time after. And I remember talking to my parents and my dad being so confused. And this is something that's really important for me to share with you today. En la comunidad hispana no se platican estas cosas. We don't really talk about miscarriages or sex or drugs and alcohol, but you guys, it's real life. It happens, and we have to talk about it more. Until I lost my child, I didn't realize that 15 to 20% of all women lose their children in the first trimester. No idea. It happens at random, and I could have sworn to you this was my fault. Even though there was nothing I could have done to prevent it, and my doctor assured me of that, I felt shameful. I felt embarrassed. How could I possibly lose my husband's baby? But I did, and it wasn't my fault. And I'm here to tell you that it's not yours either if it's happened to you. And I'm also here to tell you that you're not alone. And something that I've loved about this journey, something that I've really appreciated and enjoyed about this having happened to me, is that it's made me stronger. It's made me proud to know that I've been able to overcome such a thing and gain the support and love from other people. If you didn't know, I know I didn't, Miscarriage Awareness Month, it takes place every October. And I think that's a beautiful thing, to have a community of people come together and support and love on one another. Because you know what I thought was really interesting is that even though I've grown a lot from it, I also felt really alone. Because listen, when a child loses its parent, they're orphans. When a spouse loses their partner, they're widowers. But what about us when we lose our children? There's no word to describe us. But I know that we can understand one another, and to know that we can be here to support and talk about it and answer any questions, any comments, any concerns, it's a beautiful thing. When a miscarriage happens, sometimes your friends and your family, they forget to check in with you because, you know, life goes on and you try to move forward. But don't forget to check in with your loved ones. Send them a text. If you know that the baby was meant to be due on a certain day, call them around that time. If you know that they've just hit their 1-year anniversary like I just did, check in with them. Hey, a year ago, this happened. How are we feeling? You know what I mean? Feeling that love and support from your family can really take you a long way. So, thank you so much for watching, and remember you guys, no matter how tough life gets, even if it's not always fun, it's always worth living. Thank you for watching. Los quiero.